though. Let's wrap Cody up. We'll send him to the back because we gotta do it. Brock Lesnar's music hits. I saw that. I immediately was like, fuck off. And Lesnar comes out, cowboy hat on, grew his hair back, kind of long. Crowd goes fucking insane. And I'm just like, wow. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. They must obviously feel they could get away with this, which we later confirmed that WWE legal was like, yeah, go ahead, bring them in. Because either they're prepared to fight this or whatever. He's not out the water or anything. Let's get that fucking clear. I thought this was also coincided with WWE wrapping up their press conferences like complete cowards because they knew this was coming. And they talked about it the night before. How, no, we don't have that, you know. And Lesnar comes out, drops Cena, essentially, with the F5. Crowd cheers again. And immediately, this thing turns to the culture war. This thing turns to... And, like, there's some part of, like, oh, it's the AEW fans who are mad at this. I'm like, AEW got nothing to do with this one, brother. Like, AEW not in no lawsuit. But I saw just so many people. I didn't even bother tweeting about it because I already knew what I would have did to that app. That was a 3,000 like tweet that just was like, I'm just let it ride. But you had motherfuckers like Raj Giri embarrassing himself, melting down. You had all these people saying, "What law did Brock Lesnar break?" That was their great line right there, James. This thing is a civil case, you fucking idiots. This is not a lawful prosecution here. This is not about breaking what is written somewhere. This is about conduct. This is about decorum. This is about morality. Yes. This is about sexual abuse. And all these people have turned it into what are you, a pussy? If you can't, like, and this is just back to what society is, James.
Yeah. So Caden asked me the other day, like, what would you do if? Basically, he was basically asking, like, what would I do if there was like purge rules for like a month or something like that? And I was like, stay my ass inside. Like I am. I think it's kind of obvious. There's like, can you imagine like what kind of Wild West outlaw, like hell on earth, post-apocalyptic. I can't say
Post-apocalyptic.
I can't say. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. I'm fucking up my own point. But what kind of hellscape this would be if like people did not believe believe in the fear of repercussions of breaking laws or what they are led to believe in their own religion in the form of karmic justice in the afterlife. If there was nobody believing in the afterlife and there was nobody believing in suffering for the things you did or whatever else, like there'd be so much murder, rape, violence, theft, ridiculousness. Like no one, like just the guardrails of society would just completely just whatever else. So when people say this kind of stuff, I'm like, this stuff can happen to your sister, right? You know this stuff can happen to people you care about, right? And when you go online and you know the hurt that happens to someone you know happens to, and they be like, oh, what laws did they break? Hey man, what's wrong with you? Like, are you dumb or are you evil? Or are you both? It's really weird when people do this stuff, man. I don't get it. I just don't. Like, if you want to be on the side of look, man, I think I like Brock Lesnar's wrestling so much and like I'm gonna overlook that. That's one thing. When people tweet that stuff out, it's like that's different. That's a whole nother line. People always got their choices to make on entertainment or whatever else based off of where they stand on what people have done or what they're accused of doing, right? Like I listen to Chris Brown, but I'm not going to be like what laws did Chris Brown break or did not break? Like, bro, I saw the picture of Rihanna. He's one beater. Like that one beater makes, I think, really good music, but he's still a one beater nonetheless. I don't get this. I don't get this when people do this stuff. Like I don't know if it's the anime.
Part of it is like put their body in front of WWE. That's unquestionably a big part of it. Yeah. And then
But why would you do that? But why would you do that after you just watched a two show event over this weekend where you only got 3 matches you really liked? If you're being honest, after they disappoint shit out of you like that and waste that much of your time, now you gonna ride for them again? Bro, this some strange dysfunctional family love shit. Like these niggas trauma bonded. Look, all these niggas doing this shit is trauma bonded.
Like this just tells me Vince is coming back. Like prepare for it however you must. And I think it's atrocious. I think it's awful. I think it is just like WWE had the masking off of WWE since like WrestleMania. Just in a more heavy-handed way now is incredible. Paul Heyman's out there talking about you can't cancel Brock Lesnar. James, they're fighting this like it's 2016 internet culture, like talking about you can't cancel them and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like we're so far past that.
Yeah, I also think they're at a point now. I forgot who I heard say this, but it made sense. Is like a lot of these places now. They don't come out here and just say that shit because it's not. It's one thing that they believe it or whatever else. Another thing that like they're being defiant with it and putting in people's faces because they know that like the people they're gonna piss off with this, like they know that like it's like they're going to get people that like enjoy like you being mad about it. Right. So, it's like these people are going to defend and like stand against the people that are quote unquote backlashing against this shit. Like people that are quote unquote anti cancel culture until it's some shit they don't like. Like it's that and like it's like I'm the whole weird thing with Sydney Sweeney recently with that American Eagle genes eugenic sounding thing, whatever else. Like if black people didn't pay attention to that shit. Like, would people be picking up American Eagle again? I don't think so. It just gets into this, and like the whole thing is like it's just culture of trolling. It's like it's not enough just to win or whatever. It's or get away with it. It's also to like I did this and we spike in the football and we get to dance on you, and it's like. Are we doing a disservice by even giving this shit to like that kind of room to like talk about it? Because like some idiot's gonna come on here if this clipped up and go underneath the comments like when we stuck our foot in Hogan's ass on his way into the casket, right?
Oh yeah.
And people to be like, "Fuck you, Hogan, forever," right? And it's like, I hope y'all don't think that like when we're talking and we're joking and we're laughing and we're not raising our voices that like we're actually mad. I don't. You realize you guys are losers, right? Like so, and it's just weird, man. So like, sometimes I wonder, like, is it even worth it to, not necessarily just us, but like in a larger context of like, a culture war shit, if you will. This isn't even culture war shit, but like the whole idea of like, there's one side, there's other side, and like, this side is like just weird about it. Like they don't have like it seems like they seem like they just have they're too busy shaking the pom poms to be like I ain't got no time to be to worry about right or wrong or if this is gonna send me closer to the hell I believe in or not.
I remember
it's strange.
One of in a Nipsey Hussle interview he was like we gotta work on reacting how we react to disrespect. And
Mhm.
you know, like you mentioned with the Sydney Sweeney thing, if people just like either ignored that shit or like focused on something else, I'm not saying it's right or anything, but it's like there's clearly an amplification of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's a big deal of why. I think that's also a big chunk of why like Caitlin Clark's so popular. Like until they realize that Caitlin Clark don't rock with them, like they're like, oh yeah, we'll champion this white girl. Is going to give us these black women, and then they find out, oh, actually she doesn't vote the way that I vote. And they start to be like, oh, never mind. They start slowly sneaking back behind the bush like Homer Simpson in the GIF. But it's like
I think those folks are far too.
they keep
they're
exposing themselves this way.
They're in too deep. They
Yeah.
can't even back away. But as far as the Brock Lesnar with the Janelle Grant stuff, like nobody's thought about Janelle Grant, how she feels seeing about this stuff, how she feels about that lawsuit that got his name in there 44 times. Her lawyers were swift with the statements. This thing's not over, and the more they keep, they're going to run Brock Lesnar out here. I don't know what there is for Brock, to really offer this company, James. But like,
There's nothing.
Look, they don't need Brock
Nothing.
Lesnar. All they've done is tote record ratings, record gates, record fucking TV deals, and all this shit. You don't need Brock Lesnar
Right.
to do that. This is
Without
not.
him.
It's it's much like how when I used to question why they would bring Hogan back. It's like because they want to. They want to be in the business with Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
They want to be in business with Brock Lesnar to be able to protect
Yep.
that history per se, because it's all fake. It's all like.
And he's back with WWE, not owned by Vince McMahon, but owned by Ari Emanuel and TKO. Gee, given his relationship with UFC and all that shit, is like they had to pull extra strings to bring him back. Forget the whole part of the heat with the lawsuit and what's in there. It's also like they don't. The other side, or the Big Brother company don't fuck with them either, or don't fuck with him either. It's weird, bro.
One question.
The way they go to bat for 70 people is weird.
One question blows all this shit up to pieces. So why was Brock Lesnar gone for 2 years? Why were you taking him out of the video games? Why was he randomly, being missed?
When you don't do press conferences anymore, you don't have to answer these questions.
Incredible.
Or when you do have the press conferences, you have motherfuckers come out there and ask them about fucking, what's their favorite In-N-Out burger meal that they want. Like when they be asking Tony Storm that dumb shit.
Yeah. So like, I think it's important that we don't give up. I say work on, the reaction to the disrespect. That is not to be taken as giving up on like talking about what you feel is right and wrong. I simply chose to not really tweet anything because what the fuck is Twitter at this point? Like, so like I already know what that was. I was going to have a ton of people agree with me. Then I was going to have a bunch of people probably like call me the N-word and, other various forms of other kind of harassment or whatever. So,
the equivalent of the "Hi, you mad?"
Yeah. But it's like,
okay,
you could just ask a question.
Like, "Hi, you going to hell?"
Yeah, you a bitch. Yeah.
Right. What's wrong with y'all, man?
But it was just like, it was just one more thing. After Triple H shows up to the White House, he's shooting fucking vignettes at the White House, spitting the water, James. Spitting the water, doing the pose. Trump don't even know who he is. He's just like looking around, where's Triple H? And he's pointing at the wrong person before he sees him on the other side. This is such a mask off for WWE that they are saying this is who we are. We are drawing a line in the sand. And look, props on them for being themselves. Maybe more people need to be themselves. But now, if you don't host a podcast like James and I, or like Trish and Sarah, or like Tunnel Talk, or Keeping It Strong Style, this is the plugs for all the network. Like Imp, like Floyd and Austin, like Chris. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. But if you don't host a podcast and you're not doing this to share your opinion with the world, I would probably like make that choice now because they're clearly asking you, hey, do you love me, flaws and all? That's what they asking. Do you roll with us? Who you with? Like Lil Jon used to say, who you with? Are you trying to get crunk with WWE? That's what they're asking.
I wasn't expecting Lil Jon these boys dismount. I just wasn't. But yeah,
One Nation Radio, baby.
I was
No show like it.
I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting you to hit me with the Kings of Crunk. I just wasn't. Yeah. I don't have anything more to add. I just don't like. It's as you mentioned. They want him back because he's back because they want him back. Like he adds nothing to their portfolio. In fact, he should be a stay away because the amount of money you have to pay him to have him come in.
Especially
at a time when it's going to look. Right. Well, we'll see when the next round of cuts happen. We'll see if that's around the corner.
Show's running a little long, so